Hey everybody, this is Lance from PayToTraders.com, and in this video I'm going to go over the SCHD covered strangle that I just started today on October 11th, 2024. SCHD just did the 3-for-1 stock split, and I think I was the very first person to actually sell an option on it. I was looking at the option chain and I saw volume 1. All right, let's go over what I did and how to actually implement it. Share my screen real quick. So SCHD again had a 3-for-1 stock split, which makes the stock price or ETF price quite a bit lower, and able to do this on a small account. So if you look at the list of funds with the stock split, this happened today. These are just some of them. SCHD was around $85 a share, and so a 3-for-1 stock split, meaning for every one share you owned, it will turn into 3 shares. It does go down a third, so it's not like you're making money out of thin air here, but you're able to get more shares at a lower cost for the same amount of funds than you had before. So first, what is a covered strangle? A covered strangle is a combination of a covered call and a short put. So you're going to be buying 100 shares of stock, or ETF in this case. You'll sell a covered call against it. Typically, you want to do it at a higher strike price and farther out of the money than where you bought it at. And you can take in premium there and possibly gain on the actual ETF price if it gets called away. Then you're also going to sell a short put to one, lower your cost basis, two, to get more shares at a lower price and get more premium from doing it. This is a slightly bullish strategy in pretty much every case that you could think of, depending on where your strikes are. You want it to go up slightly because then your short call and possibly your covered call might expire worthless. If it goes up a little bit more and your covered call is still worthless, I'm sorry, in the money there, then it's still okay. You could just get back into the trade later on and you made a good return on the trade. So you only want to use this with stocks or ETFs or possibly futures that you're willing to own for a long time with at least 200 shares or 2 futures contracts. So if you're doing this covered strangle, you own 100 shares of stock, you see it dropping a bit, and then you feel bad about buying another 100 shares of stock via the cash secured put, even if it's at a better entry price than when you first started the trade at, you should be perfectly fine with that and not be all worried like, oh no, the price went down. Think about it as a positive where you're getting more shares at a lower price and lowering your cost basis. So how do you set it up? Pretty straightforward. You're going to buy 100 shares of the stock or ETF, sell the call that could be in the money if you'd like more premium there, or out of the money for more possible capital gains. And I did one slightly out of the money on the first trade. And then you want to sell a put. You can look into zero point 0.1 delta if you want to be safe about it and get a much lower entry price. You could go a little bit higher. For SCHD, I went a little bit higher just because the premiums weren't really that good at zero point 0.1 delta. So here's the transactions that I did today. First, I sold a put at $28 a share. The stock price was around 28 and change, around 28.40 or so. So I sold it for 11/15/2024, and I took in $27 for the trade. So it's very close to 1% on my fully cash secured put here because I needed 28 times 100 or $2,800 to do the cash secured put here. So 27 or so divided by 2,800 is 1% on your money there. Then I bought 100 shares at 28.39. And then with that, I sold a covered call against it at 29. So in this case, if the ETF goes above 29, I'm going to be selling my 100 shares at $29. So I'll take in another $60 in capital gains on this one. Plus, I took in $20 from actually selling the covered call as well. So close to 1% on this, another close to 1% on this. Ends up being a decent amount of funds that you could get from it. I got 1% from this part because you're getting, actually going to be more because you're getting about 60 cents here plus the 20. So here's my cost basis. You're going to take the price that I bought my shares at 28 $39. I took in $20 in the covered call, so you get subtracted from the cost basis, and then subtract 23 cents from the cash secured put. If you subtract all that, you get $27.96. I'm taking all the data on the spreadsheet here, price of shares, my covered call expiration, strike and premium, cash secured price, expiration, premium, and the cost basis. So now I'll be able to track exactly where my premiums are going. With this additional funds, I'm going to be buying SVOL. It's a higher ETF. They do volatility trades looking at back month and current month futures. They also hold a lot of bonds. It pays a good dividend, and I think it's relatively stable in the end. But I just want to be doing that as an add-on, so I'll be able to easily figure out what my cost basis is on the SCHD. Now, if I go above the 29 strike price, I'll be out of the trade, and then I'll look to re-enter, buy the 100 shares, sell a covered call a little above it, and then sell the cash secured put below it as well. If I get assigned on the 28 cash secured put, then I'll own 200 shares, and then I plan on selling 2 covered calls. If it makes it ideal, it's hard to know in this case because the premiums aren't that much on the covered call side, but I'm perfectly fine with holding this ETF just because you're able to get dividends. There's a lot of blue chip stocks, and you get dividend growth as well. So if you found this video interesting and helpful, please leave a comment down below. I'll read and respond to all comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one.